Well, hello there. Welcome to the Obi Thorin Alliance. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Luke.
And in today's video, we're doing the official trailer to Spider-Man No Way Home. Like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the video, and... What's your expectations for the trailer? Luke, you pumped? I think.
Oh, very much so. We've reacted to the teaser trailers. As I said, this is now my most anticipated movie not to be released. I was looking forward to James Bond, which is currently out. So I'm hoping that with this trailer we see a bit more into maybe the villains we might see and how the movie's going to play out, because I'm already sold that it's going to be amazing. So this is just going to be more insight into what happens. What about yourself?
Yep, definitely hyped to see it and intrigued to see how the spell kind of makes it that the villains come into play.
Yeah, so let's not muck around. Let's get into it. Let's watch this.
Ever since I got bit by that spider, I've only had 1 week where my life has felt normal. That was when you found out.
When you botched that spell where you wanted everyone to forget the Peter Parker Spider-Man, we started getting some visitors.
Okay, so the first trailer exposes the idea of the spell, and so now we're going to see more about the repercussions.
Hello, Peter. You're not Peter Parker.
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Dr. Otto Octavius.
Wait, no, seriously, what's your actual name?
There are others out there. We don't need to send them back. So, Scooby-Doo this crap.
You know, all this is kind of your mess. I know a couple of magic words myself, starting with the word please.
Please, Scooby-Doo this crap. You're flying out into the darkness to fight ghosts.
What do you mean?
They all die fighting Spider-Man. It's their fate. I'm sorry, kid. Don't. Terrorism. There are dangers over the universe. Nothing take this away from me. Peter, you're struggling to have everything you want while the world tries to make you choose.
This is all my fault. I can't save everyone. What's happening?
They're starting to come through, and I can't stop them.
So I think we get a lot more insight from that he doesn't go into like a Spider-Verse and goes to their world. They come to his world. But it's interesting that why of all people that through this spell, why do the villains come in? Like, why does Thanos not come back or someone else? Why is it only specifically them? Which I think will be explained. But I think it's cool seeing him get to fight a whole bunch of other villains.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I think that's pretty exciting. From that, what did you take away from that we didn't know from previous trailers?
I guess that I don't know if they're like showing us we expect it to be near the end or it's like the beginning, but when Spider-Man is like, oh, we can't save them, that could be interpreted differently. We could think, oh, he wants to save the villains, but it could be like the spell has happened and, you know, it could be a different time.
Yeah, possibly. I just think it looks really, really good, and we're getting more and more context to what happens.
Yeah.
But I think it's shaping up to be probably the best Marvel movie. I'm a bit biased because I like Spider-Man, but it's just everything about it's starting to look really, really good, and it's a interesting concept. I think that trailer, that's going to probably be the last trailer we see, I would imagine. Yeah, so that really gives us a good insight to who's going to be in it. Do you think we're going to get these guest appearances of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield?
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but when the villains were filmed, it's kind of like, you know, filmed in a way that the Spider-Man could be there because there were 3 villains and they edited it in a way that they could still add them.
I think they probably aren't, but if they were, it would make sense where he's like, I can't do this all on my own.
Yeah.
And then Doctor Strange is like, oh, I know some people that can help you. So he then brings in the other Spider-Mans. That would be really cool, and I think that could happen. But, you know, we might be sadly disappointed that's not the case. But that would really work, that he goes, well, you've got these villains, I know the perfect people to help you, and then we get all the Spideys working together. That would be really, really cool.
Which villain are you most intrigued to see Spider-Man go up against?
Maybe Dr. Ock, just because I know the most about him compared to the others.
Okay.
I wonder if we get some more, like whether we might get the Rhino or any other villains that we didn't see in that trailer. Do you think we're likely to get some extra villains that they haven't shown?
Maybe, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks really good. That's all I can say about it.
Do you think it's Doctor Strange was a good choice to be his mentor in this movie, or that was kind of the character that he needed? Because in the teaser trailer, one was like, don't use the spell, and he kind of needs to use the spell so the events kind of happen in the movie. Will that kind of be the main plot hole of the movie, is that the spell doesn't work and that's why everything happens? Would you like there to be a good enough reason that Doctor Strange with the spell doesn't work just because Spider-Man interfered with it?
I think that it's probably going to be a bit of both. Like, the spell is dangerous, things can go wrong. And then, as we saw in the teaser trailer, Peter asked for way too many things whilst he was trying to do the spell and then interfered with it. So it's going to be a mix of both. Like, Wong will be correct, you shouldn't have did it. And then in the end, I reckon he won't end up undoing everything. Like, people will then know, oh, no, I think they want it to be that way, that people don't know. Because how does the franchise continue if everyone knows who Peter Parker is and know that he's Spider-Man? So I guess the spell has to work. And I guess it's a cool way for us to go, how do people not know Peter Parker, that Peter Parker's Spider-Man? You go, oh, well, you know what, this spell happened, and then from there. And so it's kind of perfect.
And I guess at the end, what do you think he means by, I can't stop them? Is that like more villains, or is that, what do you think he means by...
I think so. I think it's just not... I don't know if it means more villains. I think it just means all the villains we've seen. And I reckon that's where we'll get the extra Spider-Mans added.
And do you think that's more like at the end of the film, kind of culminating into this big battle between 3 Spider-Man and villains?
It'll be towards the end, but not right at the end. I don't think we're going to get them straight up. I guess it answers one of the questions of whether Mary Jane would lose her memory of Peter being Spider-Man, which obviously she doesn't, because she's helping him throughout with that trailer. So that's cool. Anything else stood out to you?
Do you think we'll see Venom in this movie?
Don't think so. I think they're keeping those worlds separate. I think maybe at the end of this current Venom movie, maybe we might see a link, or maybe at the end of this movie we might see a link, because Venom will come out first.
Yeah.
So I think it would ruin it if they show the link before we see the next movie. So I don't think we'll see Venom, but I reckon something's going to link them together.
Yeah. So I guess when we our excitement level to see the movie is pretty high. Do you think it'll live up to it?
I think it will. I think it's going to be the best Marvel movie so far.
And do you think the main problem will be is that if they don't have a good enough reason for the spell to connect, and also maybe too many villains, or do you like how they're bringing in the multiverse setup from Loki, that it's kind of here to stay, the multiverse?
No, I think it's perfect. I think we need all the villains. I think it makes it really interesting, because one thing is with Spider-Man, just like the Batman movies, there's so many versions of different villains, of the same villain. There's so many versions of Spider-Man's origin that this is a cool way to link it together and go, hey, they are all separate, but they are all linked together through the multiverse, and this is a cool way to patch them together. So I think it's really clever.
Are you curious to see how he's gonna verse all the villains if they don't bring in some backup, or is Doctor Strange just gonna be super strong?
Well, I guess Doctor Strange can help him, and Spidey also has some helpful friends besides just other Spider-Mans. But I think that'll be the twist. I think they'll come into it.
Guess we'll find out and see December 17th. Do you think we'll see the Christmas scene that was in the photo, because they're not showing it in the trailer?
I think you think so, but then that movie doesn't seem to be set at Christmas time so far. I haven't seen any evidence of snow. So maybe not, or maybe there's just going to be one kind of scene, or it could be a flashback or something. Which is disappointing. I was liking the idea of it being a Christmas movie. But I guess we've got we're going to have the Christmas element thrown into Hawkeye. So that'll be cool.
Well, thank you for helping, Luke. Hope you enjoyed the trailer reaction. Let the force be with you. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.